Shalom, shalom, shalom. Yasha Allah. It's your boy Dan Allah. Once again, coming to you live and direct with another breakdown. All right. Of course. All right. We want to give all honor and glory to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. Double honors to our elders here in HOI. Right. Mighty Shalom to all the sincere Akim and the hopeful elect, right, that have given a body as a living sacrifice, okay, in these last days to deliver the true gospel on the four corners of the earth, man, right? And we fit to get into this thing, man. All right, so today's topic is learn to keep the Sabbath, man. A very basic topic, but a very important topic. We have to learn to keep the Sabbath. So this is more on a base level, all right? For all the brothers and sisters that's coming into this thing, right? As of now, Salakia, maybe you just, learned the truth this year, or maybe you just now, maybe if you learned the truth, but you're just now starting to take action. Well, either way, we fit to go into the Sabbath, man. All right, so the Sabbath is a very important time, a very important day out the week, right? We are commanded to keep this day holy by all means, right? So we're going to get into the script. We're going to dive into the scriptures, man. All right, so let's go into the book of Ezekiel chapter 31, right? In verse 14. Kick this thing off, man. All right, so this is the book of Ezekiel, Salakia, not the book of Ezekiel, the book of Exodus, chapter 31, verse 14. All right, so this is the book of Exodus, chapter 31, verse 14 again. Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore, for it is holy unto you. Every one that devoureth it, Salakia, they shall surely be put to death. For whosoever doeth work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people. All right. So, back in the day, if you were caught breaking the Sabbath, you were surely put to death, right? If you were caught working, you were separated from amongst the congregation, right? Of course, we can't put nobody to death for breaking the Lord's Sabbath today, right? And that's one of the reasons why we under grace, for us to learn and get it right, right? So we still practice the righteous acts, but we can't put no one to death for breaking this day. But it's very important that you keep this day, because you built a spiritual bank account with the Lord. And you being reborn into this truth, okay? You are converted to stray away from sin. It's a sin not to keep the Sabbath day, right? So to read on, it says, verse 15, 6 days may work be done, but in the Sabbath, Salakia, the seventh is the Sabbath of rest So you got all week. You got all week. The Lord said to go labor, right? To conduct business and to take care of your household, man. You got 6 days out the week to do so. Okay. On the Sabbath, on the seventh day, that should be your day of rest. No work should be done on the seventh day. Right? So verse 16. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations for a perpetual covenant. So we supposed to teach our children this Sabbath day, man. And they supposed to keep it throughout their generations. Okay? We are commanded to do so, right? So just because you're not being put to death, all right, or ultimately being separated from the congregation, right, that don't give you the right, all right, to go and break the Sabbath, man, right? And I'm gonna get a precept real quick to back up what I'm saying, all right? So this is Sirach chapter 15, verse 20. He has commanded no man to do wickedly, neither has he given any man license to sin. So we can't just be out here breaking the commandments just because we ain't being put to death, man. All right. We on trial right now. This is practice. We supposed to be demonstrating the righteous acts, gaining a spiritual bank account with the Lord in this captivity, man. Right? So this is Exodus chapter 20 and verse 10. But the seventh day is the Sabbath day of the Lord. It is thou Sabbath. Do not any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy maid servant, nor thy maid servant. Salaki, nor thy man servant, and nor thy maid servant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. So we ain't even supposed to put nobody else to work, man. Right? So you don't go and get wicked with it, man. You don't go and say, well, I ain't working. But since I'm running this business, I'm gonna put my employees to work, man. The Lord said that that's wicked as hell, man. All right. So we ain't supposed to move like that. You're supposed to shut everything down, man. All right, from the top to the bottom, man. Right, from the least to the greatest, man. Nobody's to do no work on the Sabbath day. All right. So now let's jump into the book of Exodus chapter 16, verse 23. And the Lord said unto them that this is that which the Lord has said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake today, and seeth that which ye will seeth. All right. So the Lord said to prepare your meal, right, the day before the Sabbath, or today what we call to be prep day. That following Friday, before sundown, you got all day to prep your meal, right? It's safe for you to, to go ahead and bake what you're gonna bake, or see it, which means to cook. Nothing should be over your stove brewing, boiling, frying. All right. Everything is to be done in decency and order, man. Right? You can't finesse the Lord. Don't try and fry you some chicken wings 2 hours after the damn Sabbath then went down, man. Right? You supposed to fry your chicken 2 hours before the sun go down, man. For an example, brothers usually go and make them, a turkey sandwich, kind of prep you a salad, put it in the refrigerator, reserve it, You want to make something that's gonna last you for that whole day, to where you ain't got to be able to cook nothing, right? So now let's get into the book of Nehemiah. Let's go into the book of Nehemiah, and we fit to find out just how serious the Sabbath day was to our forefathers, man. Right? So it's the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, right? And verse 15. And this is what it reads. In those days saw I in Judah some treading winepress on the Sabbath day, and bringing in sheaves and laden asses, as also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of burdens, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. And I testified against them in that day, wherein they sold victuals. There dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish and all manner of ware, and sold on the Sabbath day unto the children of Judah in Jerusalem. So the heathen came into Jerusalem, all right, and they once thought that they could come in and sell on the Sabbath day, man, right? And Nehemiah witnessed this, man, and it vexed his spirit. Okay, let's read on. Then I contend with the nobles of Judah, and said unto them, what evil thing is this that ye do, and profane the Sabbath day? So he kind of pressed them, man. He like, yo, man, what evil thing is this that you do on the Sabbath day, man? You know that we are commanded to keep the Sabbath holy. Why are you coming up in our gates trying to sell product, man? All right? Verse 18. Do not your fathers thus? And did not our father bring all the evil upon us and upon this city? Yet ye bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath day. So you kind of provoking us to go off. Do not you know that the Lord will jack our people up for breaking his commandments? Right? And you coming up in here and you trying to sell shit, you know, you kind of provoking my people to go off. Verse 19, and it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem begin to be dark before the Sabbath, all right, so the season changed, right? And at this time, it began to become dark, right, before the Sabbath. I commanded that the gates shall be shut, and charged that they should not be open until after the Sabbath, right? And some of my servants set I at the gate, that there should no burden be brought in on the Sabbath day. So they got crafty, man. You know, the Israelites said, yo, you know what? We're going to start shutting our gates, man, before the Sabbath day. So y'all not about to come around here and come up in our gates and sell what y'all got. Okay, it's a wrap. We ain't going to be dealing with that no more, man. Right? So verse 20. So the merchants and the sellers of all kind of ware lounged without Jerusalem once or twice. Verse 21. Then I testified against them and said unto them, why lounge ye about the wall? If ye do so again, I will lay hands on you. Right? From that time forth came they no more to the Sabbath. So even though Nehemiah commanded these damn strangers and heathens to stop coming into the gates of Jerusalem, all right, and stop selling our people, you know, all your merchandise, right, and product, on the Sabbath day, what they do, they went, you know, since we closed the gate for nobody to come in and sell us nothing, these people went and posted up outside of the gate, man. Right? They went and posted outside of the wall. And Nehemiah kind of wasn't having that, man. He went out there and he pressed them. He said, man, you know, what are you doing, man? Did not we say that we wasn't getting down on the Sabbath? And he let them brothers and he let them heathens know. He said, yo, look, if you come back around here again with that folly, I'm going to lay hands on you, man. Because you forcing my people to go off, man. Now, that was just to show how serious the Sabbath day was our forefathers. And this is how serious the Sabbath day was to our forefathers. Salakia. So we should be taking this Sabbath day just as, you know, as important as, you know, our forefathers did, man. Right? It's the Lord's day, man. Let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 35. Right, the book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 3. And it reads, ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day. So we went into, you know, no working, right? For you to work the 6 days out the week and the Sabbath, no work. Okay. We understand that you gotta prepare, right? Cook and clean and do all of that hours before the Sabbath hit, right? Which we will consider to be the prep day. We went into an example of Nehemiah showing just how important the Sabbath day was to our forefathers, how they wasn't having that, man, right? Now we finding out that, you know, you ain't even supposed to kindle no fire. So no bonfires, man, right? No barbecuing, man, right? No lighting the gas stove, okay? Ain't no way of getting around it. Kindle no fire on the Sabbath day, man, right? Let's go to the book of Leviticus, Salakia, chapter 19, right, in verse 30. Ye shall keep my Sabbaths and reference my sanctuary. I am the Lord. So we're supposed to keep the Sabbath and take it very, very serious and reverence it, man. We ain't supposed to play around and keep the Sabbath when you feel like you want to keep the Sabbath, man. We got to keep the Sabbath every week, man. Whether you keep it, you know, here in HOI, we keep it Friday sundown, Saturday sundown. But if you even keep it on a lunar Sabbath, you got to not play with it, man. Every week, you should be dedicating your time to the Sabbath, man. You should, if you're not going out teaching, you should be staying in your household and observing the Sabbath. And inside of your household, you should be reading. You should be giving your time to the Lord, man. Right? Let's go into the book of Isaiah. Right, chapter 58. We should be turning away all of our pleasure. We ain't supposed to just kind of do what we want to do. Stay in your household, observe the Sabbath, and keep it holy, man. Unless you're going out to, you know, to have a holy convocation, man. Which is a commandment. So if you're a man and you able, right, and you very well learned, you should be out there on the highways and the byways bringing out this word, man, on the Sabbath day. Right? So this is Isaiah chapter 58 in verse 13. If thou turn away thy foot from thy Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath of delight, the holy of the Lord honorable, and shalt honor him, not doing thy own ways, nor finding thy own pleasure, right? Nor speaking thy own words, right? So you ain't supposed to be, pleasing the flesh on the Sabbath day. You should be feeding your spirit. On the Sabbath day, you should be feeding your spirit, man. It ain't no goddamn, playing the video games, going to the movie theaters, man. No buying, no selling, man. All right. You shouldn't be damn pulling the overtime. You shouldn't be like going to the basketball court, man. Talking about you about to run a game of 5. You shouldn't be doing none of those things. Okay? Your mind should be based on the Lord. You should be watching camp videos. You should be watching class sections. All right? If you're new in this thing and you can't teach, you should be going over the law with your household, man. Okay? These are the things that you should be observing on the 7th day of the week, man. All right? Now, I'm going to go into the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 1. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 1. At that time, Yahushua went out on the Sabbath day through the core, and his disciples were hungered and began to pluck the ears of corn and to eat. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do among the Sabbath day. But he said unto them, Have ye not read what David did when he was in hunger, and they that were with him, how he entered into the house of God and did eat the showbread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priests. Right? Verse 5. Or have ye not read in the law how on the Sabbath day the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless? But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. But if ye had known what this meaneth, I will have mercy and not sacrifice, ye would not have condemned the guiltless. For the Son of Man is God, even on the Sabbath day. And when he was departed, then he went into the synagogue. All right, so Yahushua had to, feed the disciples, man, on the Sabbath day. So that's why we say to prepare before the Sabbath day, so you can keep it to the best of your ability. Now, because brothers do fall short, all right, and there is grace there. And you may be dealing with a newborn baby or some young kids, or, whatever the case may be, you may not be fully ready to take on the Sabbath a certain week. Now, grace is there for you to make sure that your family eat, but you shouldn't make that a habit. All right, don't try to go to Matthew chapter 12 and 1 and say, well, I ain't got to keep them. No, man, the Lord kept the Sabbath. But in certain cases, things do happen, and there's grace for that. Like, back then, if a mule was stuck and it was the Sabbath day, you would actually have to do some work and help your neighbor get his mule out of that ditch, man. Right? It's well to do good it's lawful to do good on a Sabbath day. It is lawful to do good on the Sabbath day. All right. But that don't mean, just be out doing what you want to do, man. Right? You still keep the holy day you still keep this day separated from all the other days, man. It's sanctified through the Lord. Right? Let's get another example. Let's go to First Maccabees real quick, and I'm gonna wind down with this. So this is First Maccabees. Right? First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 32. Right? And it reads, they pursued after them a great number, and having overtaken them, they camped against them and made war against them on the Sabbath day. So the heathen made war against the Maccabees on the Sabbath day, right? And they said unto them, let that which ye have done hitherto soft surface come forth and do according to the commandment of the king, and ye shall live. But they said, we will not come forth, neither will we do the king's commandment to profane the Sabbath day. Right? So they wasn't going to react or do anything out of the ordinary on the Sabbath day because they took that day serious. All right? Verse 35. So then they gave them the battle with all speed. Howbeit they answered them not, neither cast they a stone at them, nor stopped the places where they laid hid, but said, let us die all in our innocence. Heaven and earth shall testify for us that ye put us to death wrongfully. So they rose up against them in battle on the Sabbath, and they slew them with their wives and children and their cattle, to the number of 1,000 people. So the heathen kind of took advantage of the Maccabees, knowing that the Israelites didn't want to profane their day. They didn't want to go to war. They wasn't supposed to go to war on the Sabbath day. They wasn't supposed to break any of those things, and the heathen took advantage of that in their ignorance. Right. So I'm gonna read on. Now when Matthias and his friends understood thereof, they mourned for them right sore. And one of them said to another, if we all do as our brethren have done, and fight not our lives and laws against the heathen, they will now quickly root us out of the earth. So Matthias said, look, man, we don't stand up and hold it down. Shalom, King Yahweh Shem Shai Barakatah, Brother Jeremiah. If we don't stand up and hold it down for our nation, then they will quickly root us out the earth. It won't make no sense for us to just lay down our lives and die. Then we won't be able to have an inheritance. Right? So 41. Now that time, therefore, they deceased, right, saying, whosoever shall come to make battle against us on the Sabbath day, they will fight against him. Neither will we die all as our brethren that were murdered in their secret places. Right? Then came there into him a company of Assadeans, who were mighty men of Israel, even all such as were voluntarily devoted unto the law. Also, all they that flee from persecution joined themselves unto them, and were a stay unto them. So they joined their forces and smote sinful men in their anger, and wicked men in their wrath, but the rest flee to the heathen. Right? Verse 45. Then Mattathias and his friend went round about and pulled down the altars. 46. And what children soever they found within the coast of Israel uncircumcised, those they circumcised vigilantly. Right? All right. So long story short, these men that came to hold it down with the Maccabees were also children of Israel, right? And they joined forces with Matthias, and they stood no more. You know, they said, look, man, we're not going to keep continuing to lay our life down. We're going to have to fight back, man. Okay? And that's exactly what they did. They drew nigh, right? And because the heathen eventually came back on the Sabbath day. Okay? And when they did, when they came back, they did fight, man. Right? So we can't be over righteous on the Sabbath day either. We got to understand that, you know, we do have grace, but on the same token, we can't just be out here doing whatever the hell we want to do on the Sabbath day. We still need to keep the Sabbath days holy, but things do come to pass. All right. So on the Sabbath day, we got to make sure that we make sure that we have the house clean, our meals prepared. We're not kindling the fire. We're not doing our own pleasurable things. We referencing the Lord. All right. Also, we work all week. We're not working on the Sabbath. All right. And that's how you keep the Sabbath day, man. So today is actually prep day, right? Today is the day that we will actually get prepared, right? So tonight, when sun go down, we're going to be going right into the Sabbath. And all day Saturday until the sun go down, it's the Sabbath. So we're going to keep it from Friday sundown all the way to Saturday sundown. All right. And if you're new in this thing, try and do it this week. Right. You got hours and time to prepare. You got time to get your house clean, to get your meal prepared. Right. If you got to go to work. All right. You got to hit brothers up and see if you can get brothers can get you a slip to give to your employer to aware them that you are part of a church and that you observe the high holy day. You may not be able to get it this week, but eventually the Lord will help you get it, you know. Just be patient. So with that, learn to keep the Sabbath day holy. All right. Take it serious. Until next time, I'm gonna say Shalom, Yahabashim Yahushai, Kwam Yashala.